My name's Kevin Smith, I am 32 years old, 5 feet 8 inches tall, an office worker, divorced with no girlfriend. I got married at the age of 27. Back then, I had decided not to marry for personal reasons. I didn't think about marriage when I was a student and I had girlfriends without any issues. But as you hit your late 20s, it's not that simple. Partners start thinking about marriage, so I didn't get into any relationships after turning 25. I used to go to a gym run by the district for my workouts. It was a health center mostly for the elderly with an average age of 70. As usual, I was working out while being touched all over by the old ladies and gents.
Excuse me, hi, how do you use this?
A young woman approached me, and she was a beautiful one with a great figure. Being a simple person, I kindly showed her how to use the equipment and even advised her on movements.
I've started coming to the gym because I'm not getting enough exercise, but I didn't know how to use the machines. You've been a big help.
Not at all.
You come here around this time, don't you?
Yes, that's right.
I thought so. I've seen you around, and thought you had a nice body. Oh, that sounds so perverted. I'm sorry, saying that to someone I've just met.
No, not at all. That's how I met my wife. After that, we'd chat whenever we saw each other at the gym. About half a year later, she asked me out to a movie. I vaguely felt her affection, so I clarified it at that time. If you see me as a potential romantic partner, please don't. I have no intention of marrying anyone.
Really? Can I ask why?
I can't tell you the reason.
Kevin, maybe it's fate. I also have no desire to marry or have kids.
Is that so?
Yes, so, let's date. We can be together without marriage in mind.
My wife never asked about my family while we were dating. It seemed like she was living on her own too, so we never talked about our families. I guess we were similar in that aspect. She's been working in insurance sales since we met. She was such a good salesperson that sometimes she earned more than I did. She worked hard, with lots of overtime and business trips. Why don't you cut back on work a bit? You seem tired lately.
I've had a series of business trips, but I need to earn. I want to pay off my student loans early.
I can help with the student loans if you want.
No, it's okay. I want to pay off the money I borrowed myself.
I thought that she was a great wife.
I'll be on a business trip for a week starting tomorrow.
Again.
I'm supporting a regional office. Don't ask the same thing every time.
She's been irritable lately, maybe because she's so busy. The next day, when I woke up, my wife had already left for work. When I went to the bathroom with a lonely feeling of wanting to at least say goodbye, I found her glasses left behind. My wife is nearsighted and needs her glasses or contacts. Thinking she'd be inconvenienced without them, I tried calling her, but she didn't answer. I decided to leave early and drop by her office. I remembered she said she'd stop by the office quickly before leaving yesterday. I approached the receptionist at my wife's company. I'm family of Melissa Irwin. She seems to have left something behind. Could you please get her for me?
Just a moment, please.
The young and cute receptionist called my wife's department.
Ms. Irwin's family member is here. Oh, yes.
While talking on the phone, the receptionist kept glancing at me and stuttering.
I'm sorry, but it seems Ms. Irwin is on a week's leave.
What? That can't be right. She told me she was on a business trip today. The receptionist kept repeating, "I'm sorry," as I became more agitated. Amidst the awkward silence, someone spoke up from behind me.
Are you Ms. Irwin's husband?
Turning around, I saw a woman, smaller than my wife, who resembled a petite little animal. Yes, that's me. And you are?
I'm a colleague, Ms. Foster. I'm always in Ms. Irwin's care.
Oh, I see. Thank you for always looking out for her.
Are you looking for Ms. Irwin?
Yes.
Well, if it's okay, I have something I'd like to share with you over here.
Ms. Foster led me to a sofa in the lobby. What's this about?
Do you know a Mr. Tanner Samuel?
Tanner Samuel? Who's that?
He's the vice president of Samuel Construction, a valued client of Ms. Irwin's.
Does my wife have something to do with this man?
Well, I don't know the nature of their relationship, but they seem to be quite close. They often go out to eat and play golf together.
Are you suggesting my wife is having an affair with this man? Ms. Foster's evasive way of speaking was irritating, and I pressed her for a clear answer.
Of course not, that's outrageous. I just thought you seemed troubled and wanted to help if I could. I apologize if I overstep. Excuse me.
Ms. Foster left with a faint smile. I sat there stunned, forgetting I was supposed to go to work. The shock of the conversation was too much. Still, out of habit, I went to work and did my job. Reflecting on my wife's behavior, everything seemed to connect. Feeling uneasy about the uncertainty, I hired a detective to investigate. A week later, my wife came home as if nothing had happened. I struggled to contain my urge to confront her. After a while, I was astonished by the investigation results. She had been unfaithful. The other man was Tanner Samuel, but they hadn't gone on a trip. It was maintenance. My wife had undergone full-body plastic surgery in the past, and this was apparently for its upkeep. The investigator was so skilled, he even showed me photos of her before the surgery. Before the surgery, she had a certain charm, despite not being conventionally attractive. My wife was extremely self-conscious about her looks, moved to the big city right after high school to get plastic surgery, and worked to save up for it. She had taken out loans for the part she couldn't cover. Her debt wasn't for student loans, but it was for her plastic surgery. The reason she cut ties with her family was probably that she didn't want her past self to be discovered. But I had my own secrets, so it was fair. Still, the affair with Tanner was confirmed, and I intended to deal with that decisively. First, I had to catch them in the act. Based on the investigation, I knew when and where my wife and Tanner usually met, so I lay in wait. As planned, I confronted them as they came out arm in arm from their regular hotel. "Hey, what the hell are you two doing?"
Kevin, why are you here?
My wife, Melissa, was startled to see me suddenly emerge from the shadows.
Melissa, who is this guy? Well, my dear.
Upon hearing this, Tanner, without showing any signs of panic, not only refrained from apologizing but also defiantly glared back.
You're the alcoholic, unemployed loser. Just divorced Melissa already.
What? Alcoholic? Unemployed? Who are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You're still chasing after her even though she said she wants a divorce. You're not scared of me, so you must not be from around here. Everyone around here knows me. I used to lead a gang, and if I call out, 300 people will show up. Some of them are pros now. If you value your life, divorce Melissa. She's mine.
Tanner flauntingly puts his arm around Melissa, showing her off to me. Melissa looks at Tanner with adoring eyes. These two really make my skin crawl. Please, take her.
What? What did you just say?
I don't know what Melissa told you, but I fully agree to the divorce. I'd file the papers right now if I could.
You are pretty compliant, aren't you?
Yes, because I don't want to be surrounded by 300 people.
Then divorce her now. And of course, pay the alimony.
Just as I thought, he would say that. Why do these types always get so cocky? Shouldn't you be the one paying alimony? I've already prepared to demand compensation from both of you through a lawyer.
What? Are you mocking me?
Not at all. I'm not into freaks. Plus, I'll be adding various expenses. Detective fees, lawyer fees, it's quite costly.
If that's how you want to play, we'll demand $100,000 from you. Pay up within a month. Don't mess with us, or it won't just end with both your hands and feet.
Tanner and Melissa left behind a parting remark, but their backs looked really lame. I rushed to the lawyer's office with the voice recorder I had hidden. The divorce proceedings went smoothly, and I sent a demand for alimony. The destination was both Tanner's and Melissa's workplaces. Expecting a threatening call from Tanner, sure enough, he called me.
Hey, where are you now?
At home. Why?
I'm coming over now, don't go anywhere.
Tanner's voice trembled slightly. In the background, I could hear Melissa pleading for help. Kevin, save me. Something amusing must have happened. I couldn't stop feeling excited imagining the misfortune that would befall them. Then another call came in. It was my brother.
Hey, Kevin, how are you?
Good, good. I'm a bit busy now, so I'll hang up.
Hey, don't be like that. I always tell you to call.
Alright, alright. I'll call back later.
You're always like that, so cold to me.
Alright, I'm hanging up now. I'll call back later. My brother is a complete brother complex. After a while, the intercom rang. Looking through the camera, I saw a pale-faced Tanner. Reluctantly, I took the elevator down to the entrance. What's this all about? You're bothering me.
Just take this.
Tanner forced a set of keys into my hand. What's this? Car keys?
Someone's coming soon. If they say anything, just say, it was me.
What? I don't get it. Melissa, explain.
Well, I hit a car in the convenience store parking lot.
You're trying to pin a hit and run on me. What kind of nerve do you two have?
Shut up. Just do as I say.
No way. It's not my problem.
I'll give in to the alimony. I'll make it $70,000.
What? Are you dreaming? You're the ones paying. How many times do I have to say it?
How about $50,000? Hurry up. We're being chased.
What are you so scared of? Call your friends over. 300 of them.
The other party is the real deal.
Then, a sleek black luxury car pulled up to the apartment with incredible speed. A man who clearly wasn't an ordinary citizen stepped out of the car.
Hey, enough with the hide and seek. Got some nerve doing a hit and run. Do you know whose car this is?
Hearing the man's unique accent and seeing the car's license plate, I had a bad feeling. It was from my hometown.
It's him. He was the driver. I told him we should apologize right away.
That's right. I'm so sorry.
I'm not involved in this.
Liar. It's your fault.
Hey, no fighting. Either way, someone's gotta take responsibility, right?
The mobster's phone rang. Boss, sorry about this mess. Yes, of course. I'll bring them right over. The person on the phone seems to be his superior.
Get in, you three.
We were shoved into the tinted luxury car. Instead of the usual port warehouse, we were taken to a shopping mall parking lot. It was a weekday, so it was almost empty. A man got out of a domestic luxury car. As soon as I saw him, I took off the cap Melissa was wearing.
I put the cap on deep and avoided eye contact, but he said, Kevin, what are you doing here?
Ah, you recognized me. What are you doing in New York?
I have an important meeting. You look well, Kevin.
I'm good.
Give the boss a call sometime. He's sulking because you haven't called.
Sulking? What is he, a child? Melissa, Tanner, and the subordinate mobster stared at our conversation with dumbfounded expressions.
Boss, who is this guy?
He's the president's younger brother. He dotes on his brother to no end.
This was my secret. My brother and late father are both in that world. We're half-brothers, 18 years apart. My brother doted on me more than our parents did. Our father was feared because of his underworld connections, and I grew up lonely, so my brother pleaded with him not to let me go through that. So, I was sent to a boarding school out of state and grew up away from my family. I was lonely without my family, but I made a lot of friends. Of course, nobody knew about my family's background. My brother protected me like that. The subordinate mobster, knowing my true identity, turned pale and started chattering his teeth. The man called boss was Henry, aiming to be the underboss. He's handsome as an actor, an intellectual mobster.
What's the situation here?
These two hit a car and ran, and they're trying to pin it on me.
Well, that's quite the accusation.
Then they brought me here. Henry glanced at the subordinate mobster.
Did our young ones rough you up?
No, I'm fine. And it's these two who are at fault. The subordinate mobster nodded his head off at my words.
Are these two friends of yours, Kevin? They don't seem like very good friends.
I hate to even introduce them, but this is my soon-to-be ex-wife and her lover. They had an affair and now they're telling me to pay alimony.
Well, it seems that recent law-abiding citizens are imitating the actions of rogues.
It's a misunderstanding. We never intended that.
Don't tell the boss, okay? If he finds out, they'll end up fish food in the ocean.
I suppose so.
We'll do anything. Please, just spare our lives.
I'd like to settle this, but we don't lay hands on the law-abiding citizen. How much alimony are you asking for, Kevin?
I demanded $50,000 from each.
Do you mind if I take these two off your hands? I'll make sure they pay up.
Be my guest.
We have a subcontractor in the staffing business. I'll leave it to him. He's a bit of a half-baked, crazy guy. The lady's got a pretty face. She'll make good money.
Sorry. She's had full-body plastic surgery, so you might want to include that in her benefits package.
A man-made beauty. Understood.
How do you know that?
You tricked me. It's your fault all this happened.
Why is it my fault? You're the one who invited me to the hotel.
Shut up. Hey, take these two away. Kevin, I'll be leaving now. Give the boss a call sometime.
Got it. Take care on your way. And so, I saw off Tanner and Melissa. They seem to be working hard every day of the year. I don't know the details, but they still have all their limbs, at least. It's better than becoming fish food in the Atlantic Ocean. The divorce went through smoothly, and I got the alimony. With a weight off my shoulders, I went back home for the first time in a while to visit the graves. My brother still treats me like a kid. He made his special curry, saying it's my favorite. I haven't told my brother about Tanner and Melissa. Another secret added to the list. I'm done with marriage and women. I'll live my life as the idol of the old ladies at the health center.